What is going on, Boom Beach Warships Day 3? Now, in yesterday's video, I felt cruddy because in Day 1, I showed you Tech Tree A. Day 2, I showed you Tech Tree B doing better. Well, we're back to Tech Tree A, and it's doing betterest. So, got to 16 faster with Flare and Grens. You can see here I don't have Flare or Grens, and we're in rank 18, sitting currently at global 47. Not bad, not bad. Hashtag secret rewards. I'm probably going to do one battle while you're here just to see if I can jump up to Canada #1 just for a second. Haven't been there in a long time. I'm going to say ever. I probably have at some point, but not in recent memory. So we'll give that a go. And this is the base. I built it myself. There's a player called, I believe it's like FFV perhaps, something like that. And I copied it slightly off them and then moved things around as I saw fit. And if you look closely, you'll notice that I have that 50% building damage. Players that are going to 5 engine rooms are having a bad time. So account B is going for 5. Account A, I figured, you know what, let's do something different. So I had exactly the right amount of keys to go back and get that building damage. I built a base where people are getting, let's see here, Dublin's Den got, what does that mean? They got 0 engine rooms. They got 0 engine rooms. They got all of them. I'll show you that attack in a second. 0 engine rooms, 0 engine rooms, 0 engine rooms, 1 engine room, 0 engine rooms, 0 engine rooms. 0 engine rooms. So Fizzle Fest is coming. Be very aware that there's also this extra 20% building damage back there. And then over here, that boost node has been fixed, by the way. It was broken to start the season, I believe. And then there's more building health there. And the last player I went against, I think it was this person. I think they had 70% of each. Nope, that's not the right person. So somewhere over here, maybe this person. Let's just see. I promise you, someone had 70%. Probably the person that I lost to be honest. Let's see here. Against Squiggles McGee, what do you got? You had 70% of both. So I highly recommend not doing that and just going to 5 engine rooms as soon as you have enough keys. You do want to go once you have enough keys for boom cannons. Don't go until then. Otherwise, you're just going to get your butt handed to you, unless you're just not that worried about it. But best case scenario, you wait for boom cannons and then get moving. And there are some players out there with bullet. I'll show you that 3-minute 1-second hit, wherever the heck that is. Is that right about there? So Dagger just absolutely pulled down my pants and spanked me raw, and that came across not as well as I had hoped it would, but you get the basic premise. Bricks, Iron Will, flaring engine room to engine room, and they have 70% troop health, 80% troop damage. So cruising through things, but I can't stress it enough. Those keys that are just like calling your name, like those ones and these ones down here, ignore them. Get to 5 engine rooms. I will show you how I've been attacking. It has not been sexy. Let's see if I can get a full clear. Okay, I got some engine rooms there. So one thing I've been doing is dropping a critter for this sniper tower and having it clear it, but you end up with building health. That doesn't work. So even with building damage, it doesn't matter because they're only shooting 1 critter at a time. If you have the opportunity, and I'll show you an attack in a second. I have a shared or stored attack that I can show you. Getting the critter to remove that, which what that does is it gets your troops to walk in this way is kind of the goal. I'll just show you, shall we? That's why I dropped 1 boat over there, and then all of our troops hug that right wall a little teeny tiny bit, and then that doom cannon is not protected well enough, so we just keep chucking things back there and clearing the doom cannon bit by stinking little bit. And every single time I've had this attack, that tank that is right there has died because I've thrown my critters half a second late. So in this instance, it actually worked, and that was pretty darn great. And I could have gotten all of the engine rooms here. I'm almost certain that I retreated, though. We'll have to wait and find out, but maybe not. Maybe I'm talking out the rear end. Nope. So other attacks I have retreated a fair bit just because people retreat on me early and there's no point getting more engine rooms. But on this one, I totally just screwed it up. So Dublin's Den, always a strong player. Shout out to them. Let's see what we got against Snowbar. Same deal. Just ignore it. I don't have flare, so I can't go back there. So we're just going to have to go at it. And what I'm trying to do here is dropping my troops so they go from P1 up towards that mortar and machine gun, trying to go into the face of that Doom Cannon and hoping that that machine gun right there is the closest defense that all of our troops target, and then just peeling off heavies one after another. So as that first boat starts to get empty, I load out that second boat. As soon as that second boat starts to get empty, you guessed it, out comes the third boat. And those heavies are out front. They're hitting shock mines. They're distracting that Doom Cannon, and then just dropping critters somewhere in the front, trying to get my troops going left. And then, because I don't have flare, swearing when they're not going left. Finally getting some heavies to go left. Great news. And just trying to farm GBE, trying to get my critters away from those mines. Not doing a great job of it. Trying to get them onto that Doom Cannon. And again, not doing a very good job of it. We can watch it a little bit faster, I do suppose. And at this point, that Doom Cannon being distracted enough that those critters are helping us out in a big way. But again, it comes down to that Doom Cannon picking my troops off one by one, and it's a race to try to get GBE, and you can see we're just barely out of range, and we get a little bit lucky here in that right-hand tank turns right towards that flamethrower, and then I get a tiny bit of extra GBE, and at this point, it's just get those critters out and try to get one more engine room, and a little bit of luck involved there. And then I think I just retreat after. Let's speed that up a little bit. We get the machine gun down, and then knowing that those boom cannons and shock mines are in the way, just retreat. There's no point. You end up. My opponent hadn't retreated by that point, and I'm winning by percentage points a whole bunch. Also losing by percentage points. So in the event you have a tie for percentage points, obviously retreating is the only way to go. McLovin crushing it out there as well. So that is that. I'm going to show you one more attack. I got to dig it up here. Okay, here we go. This is the attack I was talking about, recorded a couple hours earlier. You could just see FFV in that screenshot. That was the player I got the base from, or the basics of it anyways. So using critters to get rid of the machine gun, and then they move forward towards that sniper tower. Again, this does not work if the sniper tower has building health, but it does work if they have building damage. So building damage doesn't matter. You can see they've got 50% there, but one shot is one kill with the critters. Anyways, getting those heavies out, getting our tanks on that far right-hand wall, and now trying to get them to go towards that machine gun is the goal. A couple of them do make the split towards that mortar, but the important part is they're hugging that right wall, which is a far better spot than going where that base is trying to force you to go by giving that building up by that empty deck. So now, tanks clearing through, heavies coming in on that diagonal, distracting the Doom Cannon, trying to get some critters in that gap between those two machine guns. There is a blind spot there, trying to use it the best we can, and then just trying to get onto that Doom Cannon as fast as we can, because it's going to eat our troops up if we let it. Getting that lucky critter, and now it's pretty darn simple as far as clearing this base. It's all about trying to, without flare anyways. With flare this would be a completely different attack, but just not having that at disposal means you need to be a little bit creative. And if they do have that building health. You can throw 1 boat of troops over there, but I find that just 3 boats of tanks and 3 boats of heavies just doesn't really cut it. So that's why I'm trying to use critters. And you'll notice that I do have that exact base set up, but that boom mine plus the fact that I've got the building health should be protecting me. And I haven't seen anyone else doing that yet, so hopefully that helps you. We'll do 1 attack just so you can watch me probably fall out of 18. There is some weird matchmaking stuff happening. Yesterday, players in like 14 or 15 were getting 17s. I'm getting a bunch of 19s. That is just how the leaderboard is at the second. And the fact that I'm global 47 or whatever the heck it was, just goes to show that you're going to get some weird matches. The longer this thing spins, the worse matches you're going to get. Most of my wins have been against people in 16, and maybe not most. I could actually check that, but let's check that, shall we? Most of my wins against a 16, 17, 19 grow, 16. Yeah, so most of my wins are against 16, and you'll see that if you were around for those, if it showed you the number of stars I've been picking up, I've been getting on average about 5 stars a win and losing about 11 to 13 for each loss. So being on the leaderboard is not really my cup of tea because it's kind of stressful knowing that you're going to, at least against that 19, I think I lost like 3. Oh, there we go. There's a 16 again. So we have a very good chance of clearing this one. They only have 50 and 50, which means that I should be able to just walk through this. We are going to drop all of our troops. No more split stuff. As soon as that Doom Cannon came out, I stopped doing split hits because there's just no good sending some troops towards the back and then finding out that you have no troops on that right-hand side. So we'll use 1 boat of heavies to clear. Actually, you know what? We'll use a couple more boats in a little bit, but for right now, it is 1 boat of heavies. We're going to try to clear as many boom mines as we can with our critter friends. Also getting a shock mine. I think we got 4 boom mines there, maybe. And then as soon as we start to work our way towards that front tail, we're going to drop that bottom right and try to get some form of heavy to go to that sniper tower right there. Just doing our darndest to keep our troops alive, keeping that Doom Cannon away from our stuff. A little bit late, I think. Yeah, lost the tank, but we are going to get an engine room, and that, generally speaking, is enough for the win at the second. I have not seen anyone else with my stat nodes. Typically, I run all of my ideas and my dumb shenanigans by my brain trust, the people that I talk to about Boom Beach things, and this one, I just took a flyer. Oftentimes, I will get talked out of doing dumb things by people, and then like 1% of the time I'll regret it. So this time I just said, you know what, let's just do it. We'll find out later on if it was a dumb idea or not. And that's the beauty of having 2 accounts. Now, come on, just give me Canada #1 for like 1 minute. Now, and if I really cared about, let's just retreat. We could go get those engine rooms, but the fact that we don't have a chest yet, we're about an hour and 5 minutes from a chest. An hour and 4 minutes to be exact, but we'll see how that chest timer's doing. And we should be Canada #1? Come on. Unless Stormbreaker, we got a whole 9 stars. That is a lot of stars from someone who just fell down into 15. Hashtag secret rewards. That's the beauty of a win streak. So let's just have a look and see. Come on. Come on, look at that. Canada #1. Pretty stoked that I managed to pull that off with you guys here. So I shall talk to you soon. I was almost not going to do that, but quite glad I did. And that right there, that win-loss log, that tells me I should probably keep pushing, but that red timer up there tells me that I'd better stop pushing. So hopefully this video helped you. Day 3 in the books, and that chest timer right there is already at least, what is that? At least 3 minutes delayed for me. So that chest timer, a massive, massive problem. Or maybe not massive, but it is a problem. So I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm Zedmont. As always, like, share, subscribe. More importantly, though, hit me up in the comments. Let me know how you're doing and if you've bought that boom pass. And quick reminder that if you're on the fence about the boom pass, you can wait a little bit and just see how many nodes you end up changing, because right now my node change is 100 diamonds. If I decide I want to change a bunch of nodes, maybe it pushes you over the edge for that boom pass. So if that doesn't make sense, do let me know. Otherwise, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. Peace.